Let's see. Looks like my microphone's on. C is the YouTube stream is line, but nothing's on the screen. Oh, you know what? Let me. What's screen? What's program? Okay, so let's see what's screen. Ooh, I don't want that stuff to show up. How do I go to do not disturb mode? Is there a do not disturb mode here? There we go. Go away. Alright. Hey, Ayush. Let's get you in the speaker seat here.
Hello?
Hi there. I've got the YouTube stream running, but which doesn't have much interesting
Am I
on
audible?
it. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you not hear me?
Okay.
I'm seeing my. Let's see. Somebody said yes. All right. So just in case somebody wants it, if they can connect better, but I'm going to do a YouTube stream as well. There. Mostly so we have recordings.
Hello, Jason.
Yeah, Yush, I can hear you. And I think other people can hear me.
Okay, I cannot hear Jason.
Well, I'd say exit and join back again. I don't know why my screen share is not working though. Let's move Discord over here.
Are you asking me to exit and join? Can you hear? Okay, let me just do that.
I might end up exiting Discord as well. Just restart it fresh. Discords can be not great. Be right back. Oh, it didn't even actually exit. That was useless. I told it to quit, but it didn't actually quit.
Hello?
Yep, I can hear you. I really dislike closed source software. Next time we're going to do Big Blue Button. I'll get it set up before next time. I don't know why
Yeah,
the...
sure.
Let me do an application window. I just want... none of these are the right one. There we go. We'll do that tab. Alright. Cancel. Go away. Go away. So the YouTube stream, people can see the frustration that is Discord as I try to share my screen. It worked for me just fine last time. Are you able to hear me now, though?
I can hear you.
For some reason, I just can't share my screen. I don't know if it's useful to share my video, but if I share my video, I can't share my screen as well.
I switched to web code because I could not share the screen from the actual client.
I'd be okay just sharing a window. It seems to be some kind of interaction with the Ubuntu that was working. Yeah, not working now for sure. Yeah, not sharing a screen is going to make it hard to do a whole lot. I've got a YouTube stream, but it doesn't have any of the. Well, it's just got voice, so you should be able to see my screen on YouTube.
Okay, let me just open that, I guess.
Oh yeah, I messed with the.
do.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I do have some questions and stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna move my chat over
Yeah.
to another window.
You can see the screen on YouTube.
Cool. So the question is, are you on? So I should be able to. I don't see the live stream update very quickly. So right now we're on the web in terms of screen sharing because we can't really share the screen by Discord for some reason. But if you go to that live link, you should be able to see my screen.
Yeah, I can see Firefox.
Okay, what's your question, Ayush?
Yeah. So, like, have you tried loading any firmware other than MicroPython on BeagleY-AI? I was trying to
No,
use.
no, and we haven't really gone through. So I think we need to catch up people simply on that because like I only found out about the MicroPython stuff being loaded there after our last hacking session. So it seems to me like we should try to go back and revisit that and see kind of where all that came from. And ultimately, I don't know exactly what source that's building, and I don't know why. It looks like it's still showing just like a blank Firefox window. Is that right?
Yeah, it's just showing Firefox window with
Yeah.
EEG in the search bar. BEAG, that's all.
Yeah, because
Maybe it's
on my screen
frozen or
actually,
something.
yeah, I don't know why it's frozen. Even OBS shows it's frozen. So like something, I guess maybe the pipe wire.
Maybe Discord tried to capture it but failed, and now it's not working on OBS either.
Yeah, yeah, weird mode of OBS too. I don't know what this is. Multiple output. Close that window. All right, so let's delete my capture and then add it back again, as it looks like maybe some interaction between the two. There we go. Don't know why that is. What's integration? Command line shell.
Okay, now I can see VS Code.
Great. No, the only thing I tried last time was increase the font on this. Well, I mean, we looked around at the different what do you call it, uh, the sources, right? And I didn't know that, like, here in is it Opt, or is it yeah, this is
It's
TI Zephyr firmwares, right? So some contributions from TI, right? I didn't realize that they had done these builds of firmware that we could use that were already loaded in the
I think
images.
Robert is building those in our CI using the BeagleY-AI fork from Andrew.
Interesting. Somebody put up a new. Well, there's a new 404 in there. That's interesting. Oh, because I upgraded the image. So Zephyr firmware. Just search for it, I guess. Um, yeah, not that. Do you know where?
I think there is a link. Let me just try to
There's
find
C.
it.
Yeah, so there's Zephyr BeagleY-AI and Zephyr CI Zephyr main. Um, so this is just pulling from mainline Zephyr.
Just
So that's mainline Zephyr it's running a West build on. Um,
uh,
so that's just a mainline Zephyr build. So that's not it.
the one in which they use the fork, the only builds Hello World. I don't think that one's it either.
Yeah, this one
There's the
has a
link
build of
for
MicroPython here. So this is building. Um, so it's taking mainline
but
micro.
it does not build MicroPython. Those are commented out for some reason.
Oh, well, then where'd the
Uh,
MicroPython builds come from?
I'm not sure.
Maybe in some of the old builds.
And like I tried building AI64 R5 testing, and I used the script which we are using for MicroPython, installing it and creating the init and just like used my own Zephyr ELF on that, but I do not get RPM message console.
Yeah, you're talking way too fast for me. Um, so I know about RP Message Console. I mean, you just remember I'm trying to share some of this stuff with the rest of the world, right? So, what
I
didn't?
think we should first like execute that, like install MicroPython based firmware, just show people that it already exists since
Yeah,
it's not documented anywhere.
yeah. There's some maybe it's in user share. You know what I should do? Um,
It's the Zephyr MicroPython firmware is stored in same directory as the install MicroPython script. So opt TI Zephyr firmware J722S main thing.
do you know what the apt search command is? What the right the command is to search? It should be installed as Debian packages, I believe. Well, I guess things in opt aren't, because opt might be copied, but um,
I haven't used Debian or base distros in a while. The image is stored in the J722S folder there.
yep. Okay. Oh, and I see there's install scripts. Right. So we should be able to just. So let's look at this install MicroPython script. Um, I think you said this init ramfs isn't used, but it does go ahead and make it. Um, the big thing is because it's copying this firmware. But this firmware isn't very useful if I can't figure out what the source is.
Yeah, I I don't think it's coming from the branch. I expected it to come from.
Yeah, this init ramfs generation is slow and unnecessary. I think it. There's Hello World. I thought. Let me look at the history on this project because I thought he was bringing it from, like you said, it was from the CI. I think you're right. He probably is pulling it in from the CI. Commits. I just want to. No, where's the list of commits? Yeah, look at this, right? So there was a MicroPython back here. OpenAMP failed. Let's look at build jobs. I think it's been running for a while. Mostly on this, so not very interesting when it's building from the same commit, right? Same commit, just running over and over again. I mean, it might fetch something. Looks like, I guess, upstream stuff that it's referencing is changing, but that he's not changing targets. So maybe look at one of these just before it failed. Maybe Zephyr. I mean, maybe MicroPython failed, and that's why he removed it. Let's look at blame. So when was so OpenAMP? I thought okay. I know I saw MicroPython in here. Where is it?
Yeah, just above the Andrew rebased on Zephyr 3.7. Line number 36.
36. Okay. All right, right there. Okay, so it was building on pre Zephyr 3.7. So, and all of this is just tracking the status of so that's upstream MicroPython, but this is all based on this, right? So this GL and EO, right? That's going to be Andrews. So that's all he's tracking. It's just this and AI64 R5 testing branch.
Yeah, that one is actually keeping track of AI64 PR we have upstream. So it's kind of like once that gets merged, this can be put on the queue as soon as possible.
Right, pulled from mainline. All right, so did this load the? So it copied the firmware, but it looks like it didn't necessarily reload it. I'm gonna go ahead and just
yeah, it needs to be rebooted. It
well,
does not load the firmware.
where's the? So it's a sys class remote proc. Oh, dev remote proc. Dev. Where are the symlinks? just so I know which one's main. All right, this is user. Why it's going into user lib? Wouldn't it be just in lib/lib firmware? Maybe there's some link. The other thing I can do is grep for this. Well, so cat remote proc star name. Oh, it's not name. So how do I map these two? I thought there were symlinks.
I'm looking at the upstream BeagleY patches or Linux kernel, maybe they give some hint.
So I think it's these OF symlink rules. Proc, what's the device? Control E doesn't. Ah. Which one of those is R5? Main. I don't like not knowing which remote proc is which. So devices are just going to be links. Oh, the firmware name. That's how I could do it. That's going to be. So 1 0 1 2 3. So it's 4. And I should just be able to do. Oh, why would it be busy? Why can't I stop it? Is there a reason why I can't stop the process, the core?
I'm not sure. Technical. Is MicroPython already loaded or something?
It might have been, but even if it was running, it should I should be able to stop it. I would think I don't know why you wouldn't have permissions to stop it. Timeout waiting for it to complete. I don't know why the driver wouldn't let me stop it. But, right, so if Where would the process be? It's going to be this TTY. I don't see it there. Isn't it going to be one of the TTYs?
Like MicroPython shows up as TTY RPM message 0, I guess, but I'm not completely sure how that's working since loading a simple hello world does not show up as that device at least.
Okay.
There was a panic.
So it booted something. Radio. I don't know. All right, I'll reboot. So it loaded something. When we change the firmware file, it really shouldn't do anything until you stop and start it. And I don't know what's all this noise in the Wi-Fi driver.
On my side as well.
What happened on your side?
Yeah, I can see the same panics on my BeagleY-AI. Seems to be related to CC33 Wi-Fi, I guess.
For some reason, I don't know if the MAC address doesn't come back up the same, but it gets a new name whenever I reboot it. It gets a new Avahi name. Okay, there's got to be a way to increase this font size. Let me just try.
Maybe.
No, I don't like that.
I think there is in the settings terminal font something, but I have not used VS Code almost ever.
Yeah, I don't use it a whole lot. I need to spend more time with it.
Okay, yeah, the Wi-Fi driver always panics, seems.
Oh. So, do I save that somehow? Editor font size.
I think that will show up when you create a new terminal.
Is that the only time it shows? And is that editor or does that include the console window?
I think there is a terminal font for the font on terminal, and there is normal font size for the editor. You can just search in the top.
Yeah, but it's not like when I. Hmm. Yeah, same size. I'm sure it's driving some folks mad to watch this, but all right. There we go. RP message 0. So, what's the, oh, what does help say? How do I get the version? I don't know if it prints.
Maybe underscore version and two underscores. That seems to be convention normally.
What commands do I have here? What happens? It actually imports socket, even though there's no network connection. There we go. I don't see like a variable for Zephyr. MicroPython. Not Python. MicroPython. What else is fun? All right, let's just cheat and look at MicroPython. Should join their Discord while I'm thinking about it.
I'm already in it now. The Zephyr fork is currently actually unmaintained. The Zephyr port for MicroPython.
Oh, that's not good. Machine. Here we go. I think I heard that somebody has that Andrew had the GPIO actually already working on the board. So we'd have to go to a header pins, but I think it actually just grabs the pin mux and actually changes it to GPIO manual. I mean to the microcontroller automatically, but I'm not positive, or at least GPIO. I guess they're by default they're GPIO.
Yeah, at least the commit message says that GPIO works.
I don't know why they wouldn't support the Zephyr port wouldn't be a focus. It just makes reaching so much other hardware so easy.
The thing is that I guess there are 3 boards or something using the Zephyr port. So if people don't upstream the support and like not more boards use it, then it kind of becomes a bit unmaintained.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot more than that because there's. Look at the boards list, right? This is. Now these are just simulated, but there's probably native support for the microbit. I don't know. I don't see it.
I just like added Beagle Connect Freedom to the CI. So if I remember right, what are we building for?
Yeah, I saw your pull request. Is there that many?
CI.
Oh, is that already closed?
It tracks Zephyr mainline. It's a draft. The fourth from the top.
Oh,
Fifth
okay.
from the top
It
now.
doesn't specifically mention MicroPython. I don't know that you want to try to push mainline, just like rather than like stable versions. like say
So
3.7 or
it's
something like that. But let's see what they comment.
uh, the discussion is basically to have this draft PR, eternal draft PR kind of thing, which tracks mainline, and once we stabilize to any particular version, all the BeagleBoard stuff will be merged into main from this branch.
Okay.
That's currently for 3.7, since 3.7 stuff is also not merged. Actually, the only official supported Zephyr version in MicroPython upstream is 3.1 right now. And they have 4 boards, which includes QEMU, I guess. So only 3 boards which use the Zephyr target in upstream MicroPython.
Oh, so you're saying upstream only has 4 boards? What are you
That
saying?
use the Zephyr port.
But what about all these other ones that are listed? Right. I mean,
They are, I
there's
guess,
conf entries for each of these, right? So wouldn't those be?
is so some are the different variants of something very similar, I guess.
Okay, because there's the Freedom, the Microbit, the 96 boards. These two are generic, right? But there's this real board. I don't know it, but well, I'm hoping. I mean, even Arduino like will have an easier time because they're moving. You could kind of go through the Arduino for Zephyr, but like this is gonna be a better experience, and like even Arduino is using Zephyr for a lot of their newer boards. So um, I think this has got to pick up, right? I understand it's going to need some extra maintainership, but so in chat somebody said it's a apt cache search. So I searched for Zephyr to see where the Zephyr images are, and here you can see it's TI Zephyr firmware. That's the package that's installed, and so yeah, that stuff sitting in opt came from a Debian package here. So that's more than likely coming from. I mean, it's going to be coming from here. I just don't know why we have an old version of it. We should have some type of version tag on the. How do we get the? Uh-oh. Really set do not disturb. I don't know how much he's updating the. Okay, so we've got the Git version of. I guess it was built on June 10th is the version that I've got in there. And he may not be pulling directly from this feed. Maybe not. I'm nervous about updating it and losing the MicroPython version that works. So how should we rebuild this, right? I think we want to be rebuilding something so for us to have some work to test, right? Because we want to just make sure that we have a good build of Zephyr for BeagleY-AI. I think the MicroPython is a pretty good way to test, right? Because it gives us an interactive way. It gives us a console over the RP message, although getting to the Zephyr console would also be really nice. I guess Hello
Uh,
World is also there, right? So I don't know if their Hello World includes the Zephyr console.
yeah, it does not seem to like provide a console. I tried building and loading the image locally.
Mm-hmm.
It builds fine. It seems to
Yeah,
load
they
fine, I guess, but it does not show up.
okay. Do you know what the point of this OpenAMP image is?
No, it seems to be. Let's, I guess, name.
I mean, it should be something for sharing. I would think it would provide some. I don't know if it. Uh, I guess it provides some shared memory allocation things or something. I don't know. Um,
Provides RPM message, what are you and remote proc for RTOSs.
all right. So here's our Zephyr group, right? And so um, one of the things that I think might be handy on the MicroPython port is to include a west.yaml here. So I don't know how the version of Zephyr is being selected right now.
It's just selected in an environment variable in the tools/CI script which builds.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be? That's fine. Maybe we should build it in
Having a
the.
West, yeah.
That way we can have a smaller version of Zephyr that we pull from. Um, I'm not sure. So where do we want to put a fork of MicroPython here for testing?
It's for testing BeagleY-AI.
Yeah, I mean we're just trying to we want to test Zephyr support on BeagleY-AI, right? That's why we get together every week and spend a couple hours, right? How do we want to continue to move this forward, right? So that we can improve the experience of Zephyr on BeagleY-AI. And like ideally, I would like to be able to rebuild natively and have like easy stuff coming from the CI, um, right? So like we talk about native A53 development, um, right? So that we can enable other people to kind of quickly move this stuff forward. Um,
I think we already have a repository that has MicroPython as a submodule and builds boards in CI. I saw it in passing at some point.
Yeah, but so we can merge all that code together, right? I just want to have a project that does a focus and kind of gets it squared away for like Zephyr support on BeagleY-AI, right? Something very focused and not like ultimately everything lands upstream, right? I don't need to continue to like make it confusing on other projects, right? I understand there's the Beagle Connect Zephyr and there's other you know um,
So, do we need to maintain the MicroPython fork instead of just fetching from upstream and only having a CI in
Well, I don't know. Do
OpenBeagle?
we need to have patches on it, or are we good?
No, we should be good.
All right, if we can build with upstream, let's just build with upstream. But maybe we need to create some projects um, with like little West YAMLs and just like hello worlds or something like that, right? Like let's just make some really simple projects that we can build easy and build small. Right. So right. Or I don't know if we wanted to do. I don't know if it's easier to start from MicroPython or if it's easier to start from just like Hello World.
I mean, MicroPython can build with just GPIO. It will build, and it should show up a REPL with almost the same configuration as Hello World. So we can try either. One problem with Hello World is that the upstream Hello World sample only prints it once.
Okay.
Uh,
We're ready. We're
so it
moving.
does not.
We're moving. Less talking, more moving. So
Yeah.
we need a west.yaml, right? So let's get some references, right? I wanted to use this version of Zephyr. We can pull in whatever patches, right? But we know that this, like this is a copy of Andrew's tree, which we can kind of look back on, but we can. How do I say? Anyway,
Was
we can
that the
control it.
copy of? Is it the copy of BeagleY-AI branch or the AI64 testing branch?
This is this. Did I already close it? This one is it's the AI64 branch, right? Unless he had a BeagleY-AI branch, I don't know. Let's
There is an older BeagleY-AI branch, but like the BeagleY-AI, all the development is on AI64 testing branch. And like it's up to date. So the BeagleY-AI branch was, I guess, 4 months old or something. Whereas the AI64 testing branch is 2 months old and rebased on top of somewhat latest upstream.
yeah, but it seems like the MicroPython broke as well.
There's that.
Yeah. Um,
So the for like pull request fork of MicroPython should work. Like should build. I'm not saying work. Should build with AI64 testing branch.
you think it should build with this branch?
Yeah.
Convince me. Like, okay, this is the one we should test. Like there was a version that worked, and you think this one, even though Roberts removed it from his tree, right, for the MicroPython, you think this is the one that works?
This is the one which seems to be the closest to getting merged upstream.
Okay,
That's
so
kind of
not
the
that it
thing.
works, but so we're gonna sign up for debugging and okay. Um, and let's look at what our differences are right now. Um, looks like a lot. Um,
They're almost 2 months apart. Naming convention has changed since then. File hierarchy has also changed since then.
Um, what is it called? Yeah. This one. So that should be our new branch. Just jump to that one.
Yeah,
Correct?
R5 testing.
Okay. Um, um, let's see which one, because these, we want to put it on BeagleY-AI Zephyr.
I have tried to give a nudge to the AI64 PR, speed things up. There is currently a blocking comment regarding naming nomenclature of the core.
I'm sorry, what?
So how we should name the target core? Basically, should it be BeagleY-AI slash main underscore R5 underscore 0 or slash R5 slash 0?
Okay, that's a lot of slashes that I don't understand.
So recently, or I guess since
what, what what
hardware,
what are you saying? I don't. What do you just give me a big picture? I'm sorry. I'm trying to do different things, and you're confusing me. So the what's our goal? I mean, I don't. What's the
uh,
confusion
so
on our goal?
I, I was just explaining that the AI64 PR that's currently open and upstream.
Okay,
It has
so
a block.
let me say I want to focus these sessions not on upstream PRs, right? We focus on generating a
Yeah.
developer experience, and once we have that developer experience, we work on a plan to push those upstream. When you
Okay.
talk about the status of the PRs, those are useful for kind of trying to get a picture to understand, to try to pull things in, but that is not the focus. Right? That's really important for understanding what things we can leverage and use, but we can go worry about the actual PRs and solving those problems separate from making sure we have a good developer experience first.
Yeah.
So let's fix the issues in the code and make sure it works nice, and then once the code is good, let's make it upstream. Um, so I didn't mean to just like it should fail. Um, to like just override you, just trying to explain why I'm confused. So um, understanding my perspective, can you? Is there something I need to understand?
No. It's just that the naming stuff and the file locations from this fork will probably end up changing quite a lot the
Yep.
next week.
Okay. Okay. Just grab my old changes there with just the branding stuff. There wasn't really anything functional in there.
Yeah, they should apply fine.
They did. They were all clean. So now I want to try to get like a base. Like I was going to look for one of your examples where you did some kind of simple projects with Zephyr that you just took a West YAML file And yeah, is there one that's
For CI, right?
yeah, using
Microblocks. One would be, I guess, a good example for that. Now lives under Beagle Connect, I think.
oh, did you not have your own fork in that?
I did at one point, but it was moved to Beagle Connect.
But not under Zephyr.
Oh. It was Beagle Connect Microblocks. It's probably not under Zephyr.
Yeah, it's not
Let
under
me just
mic.
click.
Let me just look for microblocks. There's BeagleBoard.org microblocks, so it's just up. Okay, so this has a simple West. Now it's even more confusing. There's 4 West YAML files.
So they are for the different upstream microblocks version and not the different Zephyr versions.
So
The dev,
which?
pilot, and stable branches.
Okay, well,
For
so
the
so it should be the same when it comes to the the main parts of the.
Yeah, you should be fine with just the base.
Although I'm going to bring in wrong. What's it called? I'm gonna yep, and so we just pull in how TI and CMSys. We don't need this. We don't need that. But if we're building micro Python, we're gonna need name remote path revision. Some version we're gonna want to BeagleY-AI dev. We need to add a new remote. And you said we could just use upstream BeagleY.
We can use upstream, which is like upstream pull request for 3.7. The latest changes seem to be based on 3.7 and of Zephyr. There is that PR. Request.
How do we put that in the pull requests? Track mainline Zephyr. So let's track this. And how do we get the? We just say pull.
It's pull and pull request number / head, I think. I have done it in the past, so my commit is like doing a git blame should also show up something. Let me check.
What else am I missing? URL. I don't need URL. Just revision. Do I need a path?
No, we do not need a path.
So BeagleY-AI dev, BeagleY Zephyr is the remote. So name Zephyr. Don't I need a path? I needed some type of path, right? So like module lib or something. Or you're just going to put it in the root directory as MicroPython.
Oh yeah, we can put it on my modules if we want, I guess. I normally like to put up under modules. It's optional.
Is it module lib? Module lib. Modules lib. Alright, so now we need a .gitlab CI YAML. Let's come back to your example here. I don't know what your CMake list is. So this is mostly good. Let's just start with yours and start trimming. I don't know what the board is.
It's BeagleY-AI slash A722S slash something. Let me just paste it.
Pasting in a Discord.
I can paste it in YouTube if that would be better. You want to run it in main R5, right?
I'm sorry. Main.
We want to, yeah, there's an R5, main R5, and one is MCU R5, two targets. Current one is main, like the MicroPython firmware
Yes,
version
it's
is loaded
main.
in main
Yes,
R5.
it's main. So yeah, it's main.
I have pasted it in the YouTube chat and Discord chat as well. Target name.
Oh, it's got all these slashes in it. Okay. And it should be modules lib MicroPython ports Zephyr. Yeah, I don't know about this. So I don't need the job name. Just whatever we're going to do build. So deploy is going to be similar, but we just need one file.
I don't think the deploy thing is to push to the package registry. So, do we want to do that?
I mean, we want to make it easy to download the image. I don't know what the don't know necessarily what that means.
So, package registry is easy, but like we need to go and manually delete stuff even if we push new images.
We can leave that off for now. I don't. We can come back to that. I don't want to overcomplicate it. If there was an easy way to do the copy the files to the package repository, I think that's better than just than not. Um, um,
think
Is there a
we will
point?
remove the versions thing and be removed.
Versions thing. Oh, this, yeah.
And like, I'm not sure if we really need to compress it. I'm compressing it since like those are release firmware kind of things.
Yeah. So we can just save the build
And
directory.
like, no bin file is produced. We are loading ELF directly.
Where's the build directory? So that's our target board. That's what we're building. We can just -d build.
So dash D build is the default. So if we
Okay.
do not need to specify that.
Okay. Do we want name? I never usually do name, but
Since it's like if we are only building a single image, we do not. But if we want to add hello world and other images, then we need to specify the directory.
all right. Yeah. I mean, because we might want to do more just in this one, but this is a simple enough example that we ought to be able to get the environment going, and yeah, this should be reasonable to even to build on the A53s, which is where I want to get to.
Yep.
What else are we missing? So we have a West YAML. We need a project config. Right? Do we need this?
I don't think.
Okay, because our board, we should have just the board and the board config right in the pull request. So we have a board.conf. We don't have any local files, so we don't need a CMake, right?
No.
Or the kconfig. So we don't have anything local. So is this enough to build?
Uh, this should be enough to build
Okay.
with GPIO support.
I'm probably going to need to go and turn on global runners. It's going to say, oh, nope, invalid syntax. Did I not type build, stages, build? Oh, it's not a build stage.
You can remove the stages and just specify the stage build here since we are not using any custom stages.
I understand.
Build is a default one, yeah.
Is that, I don't need to. Hmm? Oh, okay, now it's fine, yep. Commit, yep, fine. Now it should still tell me. Wrong one. MicroPython test. There we go. Yep. Settings. CIDD. Runners. Trust the global runners. Now come back here and. Sometimes I've seen the need to make some small change to the project to get it to actually trigger. Yeah, I'll probably have to change something. this is.
It's running now.
Oh, it's running.
Yeah. At the end, I saw it running.
Okay. Good. Is it running? No, it's not running. Is it?
It's running.
No, it's pending.
So, the job is. Why is it showing the running icon there then?
I don't know. We're gonna have to edit something though. I have to touch something. Let's touch the README.
Yeah.
Now it should. Now I'm confused. We didn't have any weird tags. Do we not have runners available? X15, unmatched. Yeah, this one should pick it up. On the BeagleY's. Yeah, one of these boards should pick it up. Right there. Here.
Maybe remove the stages list.
Okay. I mean, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why it should. It's redundant, but it shouldn't. I don't know. I think this is just touching it.
I think the stage inside build should be present. I was just mentioning the stages list.
But it shouldn't. It should be. It shouldn't need it with here. I removed it from the list, but like this, it should identify this as build stage. It was just as optional as listing the stages themselves. Nobody's picking this one up.
It's trying to run us test.
Why does it say test? Test job build. Okay. Oh, we should make some entries into the CI/CD catalog.
We need to.
Do we need to? Is that what you
I
asked?
mean, yeah.
Yeah, I
What?
think some examples for building Zephyr projects or other types of projects would really be helpful for people.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right.
Catalog
Oh,
is like examples.
something picked it up. No, oh, no, it failed. Yep, that's something finally picked it up. That was weird. Must be just another. I should have checked what was running. No west.yaml found in. Haha, how about.
Oh, is it not named? West.
It's not.
Wait.
It's YML. They want YML.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, now it's getting picked up. Who knows? Oh, watching paint dry. So we should be able to start producing an environment here on the board too. I think I want to put in the README essentially how to do a local build. I did one set of instructions for BeaglePlay back when. I think with the this local west.yaml approach, it should be a little bit easier. Boards, BeaglePlay, demos, Zephyr development. Right, for local Zephyr development. Right, using the known images, so starting it up. I think these are probably still good, right? So just kind of installing the basic tools. I paste. Gonna complain about pasting, isn't it? I don't know. I'm not going to debug. What you call it? VS Code. Come on, go to the left side. Here we go, left side. You want to do it? Let me break it out of. There, side by side. Together again. Cheaper. Can I copy any of this? Whoa, it's. Why are you going crazy? Weird. Nope. Maybe if I do. Oh, you know what I should do? I should put it in the README or into like So let me copy all this, but I don't need the Westinet. Well, I might want some of this. All right, let me get here and put this into. Make a new file. Well, we can look at the build anyway. Modules, modules. Did I? Something wrong in that?
We will probably need to update the SDK version, but
Oh, and those instructions, yeah.
okay, modules, the MicroPython port does not exist. Did we do West update? I mean,
And do we do a West update here? Yeah, we did a West update. What's missing is well, probably just checked into a different location than what we thought. Let's see where it put it. How TI. Um, no. There's MicroPython, so put it into modules lib MicroPython. So that's where we look for it. It did fetching need head, okay. Yeah, so it looks like it got the right head. So modules lib MicroPython.
maybe there's a spelling mistake somewhere.
Well, is it ports? Did I get that right?
It should be.
Where's
Where is MicroPython? It's port/Zephyr.
Ports. Zephyr. Is that not what I said?
Yeah.
Modules lib MicroPython. Ports Zephyr. Well, anyway, when we reproduce this on the board, let's just start by git cloning, and where's mine? Let's just go back to this one, and let's start with the git clone and try to do it locally, manually. Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Yep.
Git clone, and let's just copy. Oh, I'm having so much problem copy paste. I probably shouldn't do that. HTTPS openbeagle.org/ BeagleY-AI Zephyr MicroPython test. So we need the tools. Yeah, it's all this stuff. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and because we need the SDK. You said we need a newer SDK version than this. You know what? Let me copy and paste this into. Copy that into the IDE, and then we'll pull it down. And so you said there's a newer one than this that we should use. Hello. I'm not hearing you anymore. Hopefully I'm still being recorded. Releases 0.16.8. You type me a message if you can hear me.
So,
Yep, I can hear you.
audible again? Yeah. Yeah, so it's 0.16.8.
$1. I can leave the rest of this. I think it's really nice to have the having the virtual environment set up.
Yeah.
So right, so it goes into virtual environment bin activate, right? I don't know why there's multiple levels in this other example.
Don't we want to create a directory for the Zephyr workspace and create virtual environment inside it?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
So the script currently seems to like create the virtual environment at home/Zephyr directory. Shouldn't the virtual environment go into like the workspace directory instead of being a standalone home directory?
Hmm. Okay, so that's why. Um, so we want to put it into well, we don't know this. Like there. Well, but that's weird. So we'll just do the
And like the virtual environment directory should not be named Zephyr, I'm pretty sure. Since
Why?
Zephyr named direct. So Zephyr will be directory inside the workspace would be used to clone upstream Zephyr. It should be dot
Oh,
.vnv dot.
okay. Yeah, yeah, I get it. So maybe I guess we can just do that. What's wrong? We don't close the there. So is there a better way to? These variables feel clunky right now. Yeah, the clunky, super clunky. All right, which one do we actually change? Right, so
So we will need, I guess, the base directory path for, I guess, making the base directory. So MicroPython test. We need to make that first, right?
no, because when we clone it, it's going to be there. So that's the problem.
Uh,
Um,
okay. In that
uh,
case, I don't think we should have the VNV paths like that since one can clone it anywhere, right?
yeah, but we need to know where they cloned it to. That's the problem, right? So because we want to have a path to it, so I could do a. This could be.
Wouldn't it be fine to like assume that they're running it from inside the MicroPython test directory?
Well, that's what I just did. Project directory. I just did that. So dir
Yeah,
name $0 is just going to fetch the path of this this script,
yeah.
and so I can do. But it's going to make sure to change into the directory that it's where the script is. So this one, because this one's going to change to home. I mean, CD explicitly, they're just so it's going to go to home for putting the for the SDK. Um, and then, I mean, we really don't need. We can just, yeah, just in case somebody did try to change the name. I don't know why you necessarily would want to, but like it's if we're hard coding something, let's make it a variable. But this is no longer. This is going to be Zephyr base. Oh no, Zephyr base is going to be the project directory. Project directory. No, it's not. Because there's not going to be a. Is there going to be a Zephyr? What's Zephyr base that should be set to? Should we just leave Zephyr base
It will
unset?
be PRJ or Zephyr actually. Uh, like, do we need these variables?
I don't know. You just don't want to avoid. You just want to avoid picking up the wrong thing. Um,
Because there is a Zephyr env file inside the cloned Zephyr project that you can source to get these things, and they are only needed if you are building from outside of the workspace directory. If you are in the workspace directory, West will automatically pick up the Zephyr base, Zephyr SDK, and stuff.
all right. Well, let's try just without any of them for now. But I do want the for the pip install, right? Because we need the pip install. And there was also setting of boards here. We can skip that for now. Well, the board might be helpful just for cleaning up. Is this helpful or not? We'll leave it gone for now because it's in our command line. We'll just put it in the command line for now. So this is a one-time setup. It gets the SDK installed and it gets well. This should really be part of the build, right? The pip.
Yes.
Let's leave that out. Let's leave that the West update. Let's just get the virtual environment set up.
Yeah. So the source path should be when paths.
Okay. I like it. All right, let's save it. Now I can just pull that and run that on the board. I'll have to fix the permissions.
So there seems to be a lag, I guess, between the YouTube stream. So I can hear you before
Oh, before that's
I can see.
before you can see things actually happening on there. Well, it should be more in sync on the recording anyway. Not that I just want to have like some log of these things because it kind of gives a little bit of a to-do list. I know it's going to really take too long for too many people to listen through all of this, but anybody in the our live audience of one, feel free to ask questions. Right, this is supposed to ultimately drive Q&A. Nope. Error. Minimal tar.gz. Cannot open. So the wget fail?
Yeah, that seems to be the case. The path might have changed. URL, I guess.
404.
Maybe we need to copy the ROM here again.
Now what happens when I click it?
Have
Oh,
pasted the
it's
link.
probably. I think it's probably made some protections for downloads now. I don't know.
I'm not sure. So yeah, Linux minimal, right?
Yeah, it's burying all these these asset protection things. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna upload it to distros or something. Right, because there's just not a direct link, right?
Downloads. So the direct link this one seems to work for me, I guess. I tested it on Discord. you can do a wget on it.
Okay. Let's see if is that different than the one.
It might be slightly different.
I see no difference. Unless I did a typo. Uh-huh. You were able to wget that?
Yeah. I just
Tell me where there's a difference. SDK version. That's 16.8. SDK version 0.6. Yeah, I don't see it.
seems to be the same.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt to rerun it. I don't see anything in there that's... .404. Tell me what's different about that link. Ah, what's wrong with my paste buffer? Releases, download. SDKNG releases, downloads, version. Minimal. .tar.xz. XZ.
Yeah. The operation method changed.
Oh my goodness. Okay. There it is right there. Just changed GZ to XZ. How do I change the permissions here? Is there a way in the IDE to change the permissions on a file?
I don't think you can just do, I guess, chmod from the terminal of the IDE. I don't think the IDE
Yeah,
has.
but then I need to do it from a host where I can push back, right? So I can't, when I clone via HTTPS, I can't push back, and I don't want to put keys on my board right now. So it downloaded it. Error is not recoverable.
It's still GZ, I think. The command
Yeah,
after.
I just didn't. I changed it upstream, but let me just close this. Re-download it. It's not actually going to extract the new one. It'll extract the old one. I wonder if we can skip downloading the SDK though. If there's already a R5 toolchain that it can use. It's probably not necessarily, if we set the if we give a proper setup, I think we can probably use a local R5 toolchain. With something inside of Debian.
Maybe.
I agree. It's not just something to necessarily break things, right? We don't want to. This is the toolchain upstream tests with, so. But we try to optimize this for people. At least, if this is the toolchain that we need, like let's make sure to update the image because this is an unnecessary step. When people download an image to work with Zephyr, having to spend this much time waiting for another 100 megabytes seems silly. So let's remember to try to figure out what we can do to bundle and speed this up. All right, so now I'm in MicroPython test, so I can just do oh, I didn't source it. So it's kind of silly to even in that script. Hey, where did it put the VNV? So it should have put the VNV here, right?
So the video is somewhat behind. I'm not sure which parts you are seeing.
Oh, okay. The virtual environment, it put it in the home directory. That was silly. I messed that up. Should put it in the project directory, right? So CD project directory. Project directory is the directory of the script, right? I don't know how I messed that up. The sourcing, though, within the shell script is silly because I guess I have to tell people to source this script. Keep. All right. So what? So project directory name 0. I don't know why that didn't work. It shows up in the log. Because I should have CD'd into project directory before creating the virtual environment, but it. Anyway, it created the virtual environment in the wrong place.
Since we are already in the project directory, we can, I guess, just use .vnv directly name instead of using the variable.
All right, so now I need to do, so West should, what do I need to do to West in the path? That's part of what I wanted to set it in the setup, right? I wanted to echo whatever I needed to have test in the path, right? So it's going to be SDK directory. Well, I can just source. What's the setup? Oh, it's I source setup, right? No, that's doing install. Where's the
Uh,
environment variables?
or if you do like a West init in the Zephyr folder, there is an environment file somewhere. Let me check.
Yeah.
Used it in one of the CIS at some point. Okay, yeah, inside the Zephyr folder, there will be a Zephyr-env.sh.
In the Zephyr folder, but this is an SDK path. Like which? Oh, how do? Oh, I just haven't installed West. Right.
Yeah.
So I just need to do pip install West. So that needs to be part of it. And that should end up being in the path. And then I can do the West. Yeah, we got to figure out how to package this. So because we don't want, this is a lot of, yeah, we don't want people to have to do any of this. West init -l dot.
So you probably don't want to run that command as it is,
What's that?
because the workspace is created one level outside of the current directory. So
Oh
it
yeah.
actually would
Put the .west up a directory. Yep, that's normal.
uh, it will put the .west as well as the Zephyr, the modules, uh, all the directories in the home folder instead of inside the micro Python test folder.
So are you suggesting we do a make directory of Zephyr or something? Or
It's a bit like, if we are fine with having those things in the home, I mean, the current setup is fine, but we might need to move the test manifest file inside a folder if we like do not want to pollute the home folder.
so what should that? How would we name that? What's would be a good name for that? Zephyr build. Only got a few more minutes.
You cannot name anything in the workspace, any directory in the workspace as Zephyr, since then West will complain that Zephyr directory already exists.
So what are we gonna call
it? No, build cannot exist.
Because the west.yaml exists at this level, right? So we could do west init up a directory. We can do that.
I don't think you can specify where the workspace is located. Maybe you can do west init -l dot and then specify the manifest using the --mf. It might create the workspace in the correct directory.
-mf.
--mf west.yaml.
Yeah, but you're talking about doing that in a subdirectory, or no? That doesn't necessarily make sense to me. No, because that's going to try to put it in the same place.
So I guess you can create a temp folder and -l temp. The thing is, it's weird, right? It will basically try to create the workspace one directory before whatever is specified in the -l flag.
Should we move WestYAML to a subdirectory?
Yeah, that will work as well, but the subdirectory cannot be named Zephyr.
That's fine. We're gonna make it. So, yeah, we're going to put WestYAML into a subfolder. Call it. We need something like just a regular convention that we're going to have.
Manifests?
Yeah, but it's like a home or project or I don't necessarily call it manifest, right? But it's project. I'm gonna call it project. It just sounds more.
Yeah, seems okay.
Everything's now going to be. That's probably why I wasn't finding. Zephyr. Okay. Do we change into that directory? I need to like. What do we do? Do we change into that directory and then do a init dot?
No, just -l project would be fine. We do not need to change to the subdirectory.
No.
I think the Zephyr env path is wrong. We are in the workspace directory, right? Already, since we do not need to change.
Where are you talking about changing?
In the GitLab CI, the source path I think is wrong.
Yeah.
Since we do not like change into the project directory.
In the setup, in the GitLab CI.
Yeah.
So when we source the Zephyr environment, that's wrong.
Yeah. The Zephyr folder would be at the current level. Okay. Since we made the subdirectory.
Okay. Let's see. So. Yeah, we need to go into that subdirectory to make it, because if we do west init-l project, it tries to put it back into the
You first need to delete the .west.
Yeah, I deleted it.
From the base.
I've deleted it, but it's still putting it in. Oh no. Oh, because it tries to look up first. Okay, weird.
Yeah, it looks for the west thing.
And now our path is going to be project. Like our build path is going to be. What's just going to be modules? Okay.
Yeah, build paths will stay the same.
Okay. This clone is still pretty big. What's the right way to speed up the clone? I mean, do we include a tree in like an opt that we know we're going to have updates to, just to have like a history around? Like, what's the right way to put this in the image?
Uh, Putting the Zephyr tree would be kind of hard since it will need to be made like updated almost
Right.
every week currently, I guess.
Well, it's just you'd only have to bring in what's new. Is it helpful to have? Because it looks like that. I mean, the base Zephyrs. I'm already cloned like almost 400 megabytes. Right. If I can.
Yeah, it's very big.
Like if you had a working tree, the problem, like part of the problem gets to be though, if I did a local working clone, um, it's going to put that image multiple times on the disk, right? If I tries to use a local cache, um, so it would only work if we just provided in a actual work area. But still, I think that might be the thing to do is to include like in um, the Visual Studio Code environment path, right? Actually include some examples already within, it may not be the latest Git clone, but some kind of Git clone.
Yeah.
It's just so much bigger than like all the small examples we've included in the past, right? It's just I think including a clone would really help.
What I do in my local setup is have a zone of upstream Zephyr, I guess. And whenever I need to create a new workspace, I copy that old clone and basically rerun the setup so it does not have to, it only needs to download the diffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this would scare a lot of people away from working with Zephyr all this time it's taking. I want to try to wrap up, but I want to. We're just so close to doing to debugging our CI, like seeing it live. Actually, why don't we fix the CI while this is waiting? Because now the GitLab you said is correct. Westinnet project. It's source Zephyr environment. Did you see anything wrong with the?
No, it does seem to be. So the install path for pip requirements txt seems to be wrong.
The install path for what?
The requirements txt file.
Oh, requirements TXT.
Requirements
Okay.
txt.
Um, Zephyr base is set to work directory Zephyr. Yeah, that's not right either. Um, okay, pip install. So it should just be Zephyr instead of .Zephyr. West update, West Zephyr export.
And I'm pretty sure that it still has the .west file like one level back since we are using git fetch, I think, which does not clear the .west file on the CI.
So currently I have rm-rf.west.
Yeah, but like we had the incorrect build script before, which created workspace one level
Okay,
above it.
Okay, so remove also anything a dot west up above one directory. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, requirements. Was there anything else that caused it to fail? The Zephyr base location. That's because it was reading the wrong place. Okay. Um, so Zephyr export is the next thing I'm going to do. West Zephyr export. And then pip install -r Zephyr. It's it's requirement. What's it called? Requirements. Scripts requirements. Scripts requirements. Base, not text, right? Or just is it base or just requirements?
Requirements base is fine. Actually, we do not need to install everything.
Okay. And does that match our setup isn't there, but yeah. We fail again. Oh, building. And local, still doing the pip install. After the pip install, then I can do the west build, right? So it's west build. The board name is very forgettable. West build -b, and then it's BeagleY underscore AI / J722S. I don't know why that's not AM57. And then I need to, oh, is there an underscore there? Yep. And I need to, it's going to be modules, lib, MicroPython, ports, Zephyr. Okay, starting a build. Alright, build failed in the CI. We at least started to make it. So it found the MicroPython folder.
Okay, so I guess this is based on a bit older version of Zephyr. We will need to use this branch of MicroPython in that case. Where is it?
So, but this would mean that your pull upstream wouldn't work, right?
So the thing is that after 0.3.7 release, at some point they changed the API of a single function. So if you are at the absolute upstream, then you need to use my fork. If you are a few commits behind from the current upstream, you need to use the 0.3.7 fork of MicroPython,
Can you
which
include
is
the
that.
patch in your pull request or no? Oh, because it's already pending upstream. Well, if it's dependent, can you include it in your? I don't know. Can is there a reason you don't put it in your pull request? So it says
So,
thread
uh,
mod thread analyze.
yeah. So the thing is that in the past, like until very recently, that particular function would need, say, what does it? It did not take any arguments, and now it does. So the pull request by Andrew does not seem to be rebased on the very latest Zephyr. That's why my fork will not work.
Your pull request, you
You
mean?
need to use yeah, my pull request.
Okay.
You need to use the 9335 pull request.
Can you
My
add
pull
that?
request is basically on top of this one.
Yeah. Can you just add a patch for your in your pull request to add that argument? Like, I mean, I wouldn't know why they wouldn't, because it. I mean, if it's really going to work with. Oh, because theirs is 3.7, but yours says it's going to work with mainline. So why don't you actually include the fix for
So
mainline?
mine is after 3.7.
Oh, but you're saying
The
that
change,
currently our version of Zephyr is too old? Because we can
yeah,
update our version of Zephyr. Let's just rebase the Zephyr patches.
yeah, that would be fine as well.
Um, I don't want to sit here and do it. What do you know? What uh, is it? It's main. Did they ever get it changed to main? They did. Um, so if I just do, it should just work if I just do rebase on
Stream
main.
main.
Okay. And I should do hours for conflicts. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. I don't. I'll just do get rebase upstream main. Yep, there it goes. Drivers inbox config. Maybe part of that got
Okay, so
merged.
there are.
Oh, that's just somebody else had added a K config for ESP32. That's all right. That one. Rebase continue. That was a really simple. Oh yeah, cool. I'm gonna have to dash F. Yep, no real conflicts. So I should just be able to reissue the job and rerun it locally. Yep, thread analyzer. Yep, same fail.
What?
They both failed on that thread analyzer print.
Yeah,
All right, so it looks like as you said,
best update
the
should.
mod Zephyr includes a value, but this version of Zephyr does not include a value. Oh,
Yeah.
but do I have to do West update? West update. Okay. So, yep, it's pulling down the new version of Zephyr. the online the CI is yeah, it's issuing the West update now. Right now I can build again. I wonder if the version, did it show up the version, different version? The 3. Yeah, before we were using 3.7 RC3. Now we're using the head of the tree, which is like the 3.7.99, which is like the in work. All right, so new version. Hey, we have a binary.
Nice.
There's still a little FS to, not issue, but lack of usage. But I could just be a config. Yeah, we could clear up the all the. Right now, I think it's saving way too many artifacts, right? Because it's had 1,300 files.
Yeah, it's taking the whole build directory right now. We just need the elf file.
If I do West Flash, will it load it? And if the port's
No,
done right,
it will not.
Man, that's a to-do item. All right, let me put that in the to-dos. Zephyr. Okay. Copy the download link. This one's stuck in here, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know why I can't paste anything. I'll read that later someday. So now I should just be able to copy my binary. I just can't stop. All right, somebody asked a question. Is there anywhere, Discord channel, website, old recording where I could read up on what is the goal? So our goal is to improve the state of Zephyr development on the BeagleY-AI in general, to make it as easy to do as possible, essentially to make the BeagleY-AI the best board for getting started developing with Zephyr. But we're specifically looking at R5 development. There is some planning discussion here, this link, and there is I think we talked about the goals right in the description of the meeting, what we're trying to accomplish. All right, so built fine in the CI. I can't hang up without copying this file. Where I'm down to the last 30 source files building locally native on BeagleY-AI. So rather than figure out how to copy and paste the link, I'm just going to let the build finish. But basically, we just want to make it really easy to develop with Zephyr. So providing an image for BeagleY-AI that's kind of like ready to go with a bunch of instructions and example projects so that you can just immediately start developing with Zephyr. Combination of docs.beagleboard.org and distro image through BB Imager. You should be able to get started developing in Zephyr super fast. So I want to sudo cp build zephyr.elf into lib firmware. What's it called? It's not J. Is it J7? Oh, it's J72SS. 72. There we go. Copied. Now I don't know why I can't. Sys class remote. Echo stop sudo t state. Yeah, I don't know why. Anyway, rebooting. I want to see this running. So how are we going to tell the different version, right? So we should see, what did we see in the version before? Man, that was a totally different terminal view. How did we check the version of the build? It was in the Zephyr. We should be able to see that this is on a new Zephyr version or something, right?
Yeah, should show up. I'm not sure how to check the version. I'm not sure if the message console will even show up though. Like it does not show up for Hello World when I build myself.
Oh, you know what? Did we add the resource table? You have to, when you link it. Well, he probably put that into because you have to have the resource table in the ELF file. But that's probably in this port, right?
Yeah, I think it should be. I mean, I could see the commits cherry picked from the BeagleY-AI branch. So
So it's going to be in boards, BeagleY-AI. Yeah, wherever he's doing it, it's in a separate place because it must be in like the
it's
SOC.
in the SOC.
SOC TI K3 R5. Okay, linker. Boot sections, resource table. There's a resource table, but where's the contents of the resource table? Attributes. Yeah, here it is. There's a DDR. Well, no, it's the DDR region, not the. Well, maybe that region's used for. Sorry. Not exactly sure where the resource table is. 3.local? Oh, I'm gonna have to Avahi it. There's a Beagle 2. This is weird. This time it came back as the same number. I don't know if you've used this like Avahi discovery is kind of a nice way to find your board. All right. Gotta fix the Wi-Fi driver. MCU, where's main? Configured R5F remote proc mode. Booted firmware image. I don't know if that size is different, but I don't know how to tell necessarily it's different. Dev TTY RP message. Oh, TTY. Ah, it's not there.
Yeah.
Okay, well now we've got it to do. Find out how he got it to come up under RP message. All right, well that sounds like some good homework. Talk to you next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
OBS, stop streaming.